Account development. Oh, one of my favorite topics. Why? Because all of us would like to nurture and develop those bigger accounts. They're the ones that bring our salary in. We've got to look after them. And we call it development because we've got to think of it as I've got to protect so nobody else gets it, and develop that key account, meaning I'm not transactional, a manager, an account manager, transactional, just going, yeah, you want that. Because of course, the higher up account gets, the more transactional they get. So you've got to ask yourself, how do I make sure I carve off day in my day and week to dedicate time to protecting and developing? So that's the first thing. Organization, prioritization, being diligent about how you run your show so that you actually go, you know what, I've got to be disciplined in putting my key accounts up on the wall, and every day I might focus on one, or every week I focus on one. And what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to look at LinkedIn. I'm going to look at their website. I'm going to look at all the notes. I'm going to think about how can I add value to this client to make sure that I'm always front of mind. So there needs to be time for that. How to make time is to reassess where you're spending your time. We call it the energy and effort versus outcome. And that's about how much time and effort do I put in per client. But in this instance, when we talk about key accounts, account protection, in other words, another person doesn't come in, a prospect. Somebody else's prospect is your key account, right? That's on their prospect list. You're going to keep them out, you're protecting it, and you're developing it. So the main thing is time, making time. So if you asked me 20 years ago what the top skills were of a salesperson, I'd say something quite different to how they are now. Right now, I'm going to tell you, people that are organized and within organized know how to prioritize. They're efficient and effective because they can focus. So turn your emails off, turn your notifications off so that you can focus time, dedicate time to growing those bigger accounts. That's the key. We call it carve enough time or dedicated time. That's all you're going to do is just sit in a room and think, how can I protect this account? Where do they go? What do they read? How can I bump into them? What are they at? What do they care about? And you're going to do everything. Your focus is totally centric around that client. That's what you need to do to protect and develop, and that's how the business comes in. And of course, you're going to decide which client gets that energy and effort, and that's based on a few things right within your organization, which is the value and worth of them now versus the value and worth, which is the potential value and worth of them in the next 3 years. Because that might mean your current client number 30, their potential and worth might be actually the highest one you have. So you as a sales consultant need to be very aware of all your clients and very aware of how much their value and worth is. And the biggest skill here, carve enough time, organizing yourself, getting rid of distractions so you can dedicate time to bring value to them so you're always front of mind.